The Teva Learning Center's mission is to renew the ecological wisdom that's inherent in Jewish traditions. And as a program of Surprise Lake Camp, we have converted this upside-down school bus to run on used vegetable oil. We travel all across the country visiting Jewish communities, teaching about sustainability and ways that they can make their lives more of a blessing on the planet.
Since launching its first tour in 2009, the Teva Learning Center has brought the Jewish environmental movement to over 100 communities across America.
Good afternoon. Get your hands out. Rub your hands together. Good. Put them next to your head. Okay, you don't have to put your hands together. And grab onto your mind muscle and stretch your mind. Stretch them out. We don't want to blow anybody's mind too much. On our bus, we go around to restaurants and we go to the restaurant and we say, hey, you got any extra vegetable oil out back that you don't need? And usually they say, yeah, we have vegetable oil that we don't need. You can go take it. So we go and we pump it into our bus.
Upside down school bus. We travel all over the country. We visit schools and we do an educational program. The bus runs off of waste vegetable oil.
Liquid gold.
Free fuel. We're just sucking off of the
ooh, yummy.
Waste of society. Yeah?
We take dirty oil from restaurants. Restaurants cook with oil and it gets all dirty. Yeah.
Yes.
And then we clean it so it looks like this. We bring students onto this bus, and my role is to teach them and show them the value of Bal Tashchit, do not waste, is embodied on our bus. Waste vegetable oil and we clean it and use it again. We take our waste food and we give it to worms so that it's used again as soil.
Teva is the only institution that combines environmentalism with Judaism in an experiential way.
Isn't that crazy? Worms turn our food into dirt.
Us.
We like to eat food. And you know what happens if we have food that we don't want to eat?
We give it to the worms.
We give it to the worms. The worms make it into
Soil.
And the soil becomes
Plant food.
Plant food, and the plant becomes people food or worm food again.
So it's a cycle.
So it's a cycle. Everybody,
Precisely.
everybody go like this and say, "Whoa, it's a cycle."
Well, besides the fact that it's so eye-catching, the educators are great at combining Judaism with environmental education in such an exciting and innovative way. It really engages the kids and the grown-ups.
They got on the bus and they just stopped asking questions, and I think they were really thinking about the cycles of life and the choices that they make with energy.
So it gets the students to use hands-on, like grounded, experience-based learning to really understand what's happening in the world around us.
What else do we have in here? What is this? Yeah, an orange peel. Where's the orange peels? So we keep most of our food on top, and then the worms munch them. Can you guys munch on food like worms do? They munch, and they wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. Decomposition!
What if you could plug into something that gives and gives and gives and gives, that isn't going to run out, that isn't wasteful for the environment? What about this piece of glass right here? Yeah? Yeah, keeps the heat inside. So the solar ovens that you guys are going to make can probably get up to about 150 degrees. So you can melt chocolate, you can melt cheese. Okay. Are there any questions?
So our strategy was to make a box out of tinfoil. And we made this one lower because it'll be facing like the sun will be facing like right here.
You see, the sun reflects off the tinfoil, which goes into the plastic, and that black piece of paper cooks it. Yep, that's about it.
Again, sun. And the sun's rays that are shining down. We're gonna take the sun shining down that's really, really hot and trap it. Can everybody hug and trap the heat in? Wheels on the bus go upside down.
On this tour, we've worked with all age groups from preschool to college. We've been on panel discussions with rabbis, green teams. We've been street performers. We did a black tie Purim fundraiser.
Welcome to Shoe Shop.
Essentially, we're sharing the same message with all of these communities, that we humans are facing a radical transformation in our relationship with the earth, and that Judaism has something vital and important and joyful to contribute to this process.
And forever! That sounds like the best idea.
Hey, Eve, why don't we just cut down the whole tree and take it back home with us?
Yes, I'm Dr. full of good ideas. Yes. Whoa, 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 Adam and Eve. Take a closer look. In the world I have created, everything has its place in a cycle, and one creature's waste is another's food. But there may come a time when you use more than the earth has to provide, and then you'll risk breaking the cycle and offsetting the balance of creation. Now that's bad design.
I definitely heard the older kids at the synagogue, the Beit Midrash program, talking about their responsibility as Jews to take care of this earth.
What's our ancient wisdom tradition? What sacred knowledge are we the bearers of? What gift do we have to bring to the world? Now raise your hand if you think there may be a connection between being Jewish and taking care of the environment.
God created the earth and the design.
God designed the earth, yeah. And caring for the earth, yes.
Well, there's also the two
Totally. The Ovdah L'Shamra, that our sacred purpose is to work the earth, to tend the earth, to bring forth food and houses, and that we should also protect the earth and guard it and be caretakers of the earth.
The world was created for humans. I believe what the news tells me about the state of the environment. I believe I can make a positive change in the world. For the majority of the communities that we go to, they're already like excited about doing something to help the planet or make some sort of change in their communities, and they just need someone to come in and say, yes, you can, like go for it, you're awesome, you have the ideas, you have the potential, just go and do it.
Plant a garden and working it once a week.
All right, yeah, starting a garden, yeah. What's yours?
Plant more plants in my garden and take shorter showers.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go again.
So in the Brit Maaseh Relay Race Challenge, participants are given the chance to evaluate small actions that could have big changes, such as turning off the water when they brush their teeth, riding their bike to school, recycling more, composting more, buying local food. And they have to choose, is this something I could definitely do? Is this something that I can maybe do with some help? Do our giant Megillah. This is a scroll with the environmental commitments that students have made from all of the different communities that we visited. Wow, that's a lot of commitments. And on Purim, we read a Megillah, the power of one person in the Purim story. It's Esther, to really change the world. Purim, yeah, so on Purim we get to turn our thinking right on its head, and we get to realize that the power of one person can actually make a huge difference. So this is a way to test, what is the power of one person? Every single school that we visited, every place that we've gone, all of the participants in our program have made a Brit Maaseh. Do. Yeah, my covenant of action, my commitment to action. So I want you guys all to close your eyes and think, what is one thing that I've been wanting to do, or one new idea that I got today? What can I do in 6 weeks? Something small enough that I can, yes, definitely do it, but something big enough that it might cause a big change. Our commitment will be an inspiration to the next group that we visit. In the same way that the Jewish community stood in solidarity with Esther when she was fasting, we stand together as a Jewish community in support of changes that we can make to the environment. And lower your elbow and say yes. Yes. All right, now say it 5 times louder. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Who wants to share? What's their Brit gonna be? Yeah.
I will help my grandmother plant.
Yes.
Who else?
I'll go.
Yeah.
I will use less paper by using Ed Boda.
Yes. What else?
I will pick up litter around my neighborhood. Yes. products that were tested on animals.
Yes!
I will try to use less water.
Yes!
I will start to compost.
Yes! Yes, we can.
Okay, I have one.
I'm gonna unplug electronics and I'm not using them.
1, 2, 3.
Yes!
Who else?
I'm gonna bike ride or walk more often.
1, 2, 3.
Yes! I'm gonna wear a sweatshirt instead of using heat.
1, 2, 3.
Yes! I'm gonna eat less meat. Wanna try?
1, 2, 3. Yes! Who else? Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off the water when I brush my teeth.
1, 2, 3. Yeah!